Menu narration option is set to off.
Northwest to world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Slot man moves right. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not much doing there. Maybe a yard up to the 23. This defense for the Dolphins, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the one game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
Prescott on 3rd and 2. back to Elliott, and he's got him again. And he will have a Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll throw again. Prescott. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes. He did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. Looking sideline, incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
To the air again, Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 17-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cowboys will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. The slot man in motion right. And they'll send the slot in motion left. They'll start on the ground. Hall Powers through him. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs. The Dolphins 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener, and now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
On second down, a run with Hall. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a third down and 8.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Okay. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Ready.
In motion, Hill. Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown! Tyreek Hill, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Dolphins respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense, and you give them credit for going for it, having that kind of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
We'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
On 3rd down, here's Hall. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here.
Hey, you! Go red! Black one! Ready!
They'll go for it. It's Hall. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week. Another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early. Great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. Sanders on for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offensive coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
Paul want to give up the middle. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Paul again on second down. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
In motion, Hill. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one. Prescott now. Steps away to his left. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ferguson. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Throwing again on second down. Prescott. He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Prescott. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On second and goal, Prescott. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Ferguson. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Fairbairn able to put this one through. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these 2 teams at the break. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. In motion, Hill.
White.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. In motion, Hill. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Hall again on 2nd down. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. In motion, Hill. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So it would appear they will not be able to add to their lead on this opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, if another touchdown was scored there, now we're talking about a 2-score game, and they're probably on their way of creating an excellent gap between them and their pursuers. But how about the defense there, able to step up and keep themselves in this one?
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on it.
He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
So when's the best time to take the big shots downfield? When you think a defense least expects it, and I think the first play of the 3rd quarter qualifies. They came right out firing. That's how you send a message to start the second half of a game.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. And this is incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Here's Prescott. He finds his man complete. That's Ferguson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Prescott now from the 50. Past the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big pickup of 38. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive. And these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level. Make sure that blocks.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. He's at the 50, 30, the 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this 3rd quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play. Doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got him moving downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And ultimately, could wind up costing him the ball game.
So now on comes the Dolphins offense as he'll try and go for 2 here. Now they send a man in motion right. They'll try and run it here. And he will get into the end zone. So the lead stretches from 9 up to 11. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Brandon Jones picking it off. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Straight ahead is Hall. Nifty move. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 104 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Blue check.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
38. Quick, yellow.
They'll go again with Hall. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. The Dolphins on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Running left, it's Hall. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Breece Hall with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Dolphins are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So how about this start to a year? Fantasy owners take note. 2 rushing touchdowns in the opener. 2 more here in week 2.
So a nice pickup by 2 entities. 1, this team for making sure they acquired this guy. And 2, anyone who plays fantasy who has him on their team.
After the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On third down, it's Prescott. Throw left side, complete. And I think the ball's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, move. Go red.
A handoff for Hall. 130 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Hall again on 2nd down. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. And my goodness, another interception. And he will bring it back. It's a pick-6 and a Dolphins touchdown. This defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another another pick six.
And how about the way they played this entire game? Not only did they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick sixes, well, yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a... Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Finding space at the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down. Throwing, Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Ferguson. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. In motion comes the tight end left. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think that might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On play action, here's Tua. And he's got his tight end, it's Mike Gesicki. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Hall. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Breece Hall, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Dolphins are on their way to a 2-0 start. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result had he opted for the touchback.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
And the drive starts with a completion, left side. After all that, they only wind up with a yard. It's second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Desperation time. Prescott on fourth. Completes it to Hardman. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. Prescott on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns, and a late sack, just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Prescott. And he will find his man on the outside. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Dolphins, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll drop to 0-2. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.
Thank you.